All right, welcome. So today I am joined by Kassie, who has been in with Catalyst Fitness has that been since which jumpstart was it? I feel like it was April.
April, yeah.
May, yeah.
May, something like that.
All right. So Kassie started in my 6-week group program called Jumpstart. And I would just like to hear your experience, what attracted you to try Jumpstart in the first place? And then what was your experience in that 6-week program?
What attracted me most to the Jumpstart was the macro counting. I was very much keto and eating a lot of fat, some protein, no carbs, starving all the time, and just listening to your videos of explaining how carbs work and how protein works and how, fat, all that combined is just a great source of energy to fuel your body for changing your composition and just having more energy throughout the day to make it through work, run the kids around, go grocery shopping. I feel more energized.
Awesome. Were you counting calories before that? So you were kind of familiar with macros?
Yes.
Yeah. So
very low calories and just hungry all the time.
Yeah. And so as with like most women's, I think only 2 of the women in that group were not in a reverse diet. So what was your reaction when you first got your macros?
A lot of girls were shocked, but I was happy. I know that might sound really weird, but I was ready to embrace it because I just needed something. I just needed a change in my life, and I was ready to conquer it. And I think I went full on with the calories and the carbs and the protein and the fat. I can crunch them numbers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. You did. You were like, yes, I am all in. I am loving it. I remember that.
I'm not going to lie. I mean, I was nervous, you're always worried that you're going to fail at something that you're going to try. But there's really nothing to fail about it. I mean, you guys give me the calculations and I just eat the food.
Yeah. So what happened with what was your experience with bringing on all those calories in the 6 weeks?
Well, I didn't really gain any weight. I think I lost 3 pounds, and I know that doesn't happen for everybody, but I was mentally okay if I did gain a couple pounds because, like I said, I just listened to so much of your information about it, and I never really heard of macro tracking before. So, I mean, all the science behind it sounded like it was going to work for my body. I just had to do it. And, I don't know. It felt so good to just let go and eat.
Yeah. I love that having that freedom and just I
can remember you asking is a bagel okay? Is English you're like, yeah, why not? I'm like, well, that's a bad food. But that's what bagels and English muffins were to me, were bad foods. Now I eat it before I come to the gym and I'm feeling great down here.
Yeah. I know you have a beautiful gym setup too, but it's funny too, because and I say hey, let's have some raisin toast with some butter on it, or let's have an English muffin, or let's have a bagel with cream cheese. And ladies are like, what? Well, no. Right?
Yeah, no,
that's bad for you.
It's delicious.
Are you kidding? That's so bad for you. I'll gain so much weight. I'm like, oh my God, what else are we gonna do? We gotta bring on carbs. It ain't gonna happen from kale and quinoa,
Right.
So,
right.
I mean, we can have that, but it's that, before my workouts, I'm definitely, if I forget, something happened last week and I was just oh, wait a minute, I didn't have, because I was just sucking wind, right? It was just get me out of here. And I just realized I do dried fruit too. So I'm going to have toast or a bagel, but sometimes I have a little dried fruit and that's instant energy. So I have figs and apricots and plums. And well, that's kind of the same thing, right? And those those give me so much energy for just a little bit, like a food in my stomach. So, but right now it's all about the oatmeal and the bananas. So, but
I
yeah,
want to ask you though,
gotta
I was
have that.
doing oatmeal for a while and it was doing good, but is it a little different with bagels and English? Like, is it different to give you a little more energy? I feel like, or maybe, I don't know.
It's all the carbs. It's basically the same carb profile.
Okay. Maybe
Yeah.
it was that the English muffin gave me more than the oatmeal. I don't know.
Yeah. It depends. Yeah. And so I'm at the gym, like I'm ready to go. Right. But that day I was just like, get me out of here. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and then that food freedom that you get from like, again, getting out of that mentality, like, oh, I can't have this. Like you can have it, right
Yes.
now, especially as we're coming up in the holiday season, right? Which is stressful for most people. I know for me, it was just like, oh God, like I'm going to go over to the house and like, God, they're not gonna have anything that I can eat, and like I'll just eat before, which I still actually use that strategy, but I don't worry about what they're having, So
Right. I have always worried when I go to places out to dinner or, you know, just events, and I don't worry anymore.
Yeah.
I know how my body is going to react to things. I know that carbs just put on a little water weight. It's not fat. Like, I weigh myself every day. I'm not afraid of the scale anymore. And I actually use it for feedback for myself. Like, okay, I know I had, like if at work somebody buys a pizza, I used to be like, I can't eat it. I can't even have a bite. I would smell it and I'd walk away. Now I have a slice. And yeah, I'm in a fat loss phase, but it's not going to hurt me at all.
Yeah.
I might be like half a pound up in water weight. I don't know. Like, I'm just not afraid anymore. It's not doing that much damage to me. So
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, when I lose weight on the scale, I'm like, oh, all right, what's going on? Like, oh, I must be dehydrated, It's
yeah,
I don't celebrate it, right? Because it's like, again, just like I don't, just like I don't beat myself up for gaining half a pound or whatever, or
right,
2 pounds,
right,
right? Because you could be 2 pounds down. You should wonder about that,
right.
not
And I'm
celebrate
sleeping
that.
so much better. I'm sleeping so much better with not being hungry when I go to bed, and that does so much for your body too. Just, I don't know, just
Yeah.
help.
Having the nutrients. So you crushed the jumpstart phase, which was, it's a 6-week program. I always say, like, it's not a lot of time, but the changes that can happen if you let it, like if you embrace that, is, pretty significant. Just changing your mind. It's called, a nutrition and exercise reboot, and so just changing your mind about like the exercise that you have to do. You don't have to beat yourself up with the cardio, and just get on to like a more structured weight training program. And then I want to talk about that next, but then you decide to come in on one-on-one coaching. And yeah, you were like my last clients that I actually coached
here.
and then transitioned over. So it's been, crazy with my business as it has grown, but it has also enabled me to bring on, Coach Natalie, who's your coach, Lori and Sandy. Lori was already with me. So was Sandy, but just so grateful that I can have those women come in and take care of you guys and make sure that everything is, with the coaching. And that was kind of like, that was getting to be like, oh my gosh, I'm being pulled in all these different directions. And I know you can't do everything well, right? So I knew it was time to make that transition, but I still miss checking in with you guys. So, but
can I say one more thing about Jumpstart before you move on to, I just really appreciated how much attention you give in Jumpstart. Like, it's not just, here's your numbers. Like, I don't know, just every Wednesday with the phone calls, that really helped. And just the check-ins, like, I don't know, like it's definitely worth doing. It's not something you're just gonna have to do on your own, because you guys are always there, like for answering questions and all kinds of stuff. So I really, really like that part of it.
Yeah. So what would you say is the difference between like Jumpstart, which is like, okay, yeah, you have the, you got your macros and then your guidance on like, how are we going to continue? But how do you feel like one-on-one coaching was more of an advantage to get you to your results that we're still working on getting, right?
Yeah. I mean, Jumpstart is what it is. It's just a jumpstart to getting your body, moving in the right direction that you want it to. And I think one-on-one just goes a little deeper, a little more like it is one-on-one attention, I don't know.
Eyeballs on you every single week.
Yes. Your check-ins and your progress pictures, and the weight training can be a little more, more days of the week. You just get a little bit more of everything.
Yeah. And then before, what were you doing for exercise before? Like, I know you're not a stranger to weight training, but
I was doing HIIT, where you lift weights for 30
seconds, yeah,
40, 50 seconds at a time, rest for whatever. And, I'm bouncing around and sweating. So I thought I was doing some magic, but
yeah,
not really.
And you guys can't see it, but Kassie has an amazing gym, So if you look, like if she posts on her Instagram, it looks like she's in a gym. So I am very, very jealous. So those gym goals for sure. But so you have really transformed yourself. I always tell people we focus more on fat loss than weight loss. And to do that, it is increasing muscle tone while taking fat off of the body, which is why we don't do aggressive calorie drops, but we also go in cycles. So it's like, as this will move with you. I know for a while you were losing like crazy on 1900 calories.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you're a smaller person, right? You're, right around 140. Like, that's a lot of calories for somebody to be losing weight on. So, it's always, everybody's just individual and how their results are going to be, but you did ride that wave for quite a while. And now I'm looking at what we're doing. And so, yeah, we slowly had to decrease, but as you have a smaller body, then you need less calories. So,
right.
So that's the way that goes.
Great.
Yeah. You just have that fast metabolism anyways, right? So, I mean, your maintenance was 2,400 calories. So, you just have that, you're busy with your job. You're just always on the go. So you definitely don't need to do cardio, but, bringing in that strength training. You were at 3 days for quite a while, still getting kick-ass results. How we just transitioned to 4 days. How's that going?
I love 4 days. I feel like 3 days is good, but with 3 days and then what is it, 4 rest days? Because there's 7 days in a week.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's too much of a rest for me. This is my passion down here. I like to move my body. It makes me feel good mentally, physically. So I like the 4 days. 5 days, I don't know if I could do, maybe, but I feel like I would be down on myself if I couldn't get there the 5th day, just because it was just 1 day too much for me.
Yeah.
So 4 days works really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when you're busy, it's just hard sometimes to commit to that. We have a life, right? And
Right.
my workouts aren't long, right? They're like 45 minutes long. Maybe some are a little bit shorter, but yeah, I remember when I was doing 5 days a week and it was just like, God, I could really not go on this 5th day. And then I got in my head and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go this 5th day. And I was just like, you know what? 4 days just works out so much better for me. That means I am not in the gym on Saturday. I just can enjoy like a life a little bit more. So it really depends. But for the longest time, I was doing 5 days a week and it was perfectly fine. But I wasn't so darn busy as I am now. And now I'm like, I really like having the weekends completely to myself where I don't have to work out.
Right. Well, I did just change my schedule to where now I'm working out on my 2 days off, which at first I was like, oh my gosh, why did you do that? Because that's when you schedule all of your stuff. But I don't schedule it
till later.
early.
Yeah.
I try to like get up, eat my breakfast, take my pre-workout, come down here. And I kind of feel like too, if I do have stuff scheduled, that pushes me to get down here because I don't want to get in the shower and get all ready for the day and have to make myself come down to the gym later.
Yeah.
So if I just stay routine, and it's been working out great. I absolutely love the new schedule that I've made for the gym. So I'm glad I changed that over.
Yeah, good.
And it gives me a little more time before I go to work, instead of like, I go to work, I have to be there at 1:00. So I'm like rushing around and I don't know. The 2 days that I have maybe a little extra time in the gym when I have a day off is nice. It's not maybe as rushed as much sometimes. So
yeah. No, I understand what you're saying too, because like I have meetings, I don't get, nothing gets scheduled before 11 for me, like, but the times like when I do have an 11 o'clock, I'm like, damn it. Okay, let me get through this, right? Like
right.
It does prompt you to get things done a little bit, but I'm like, I would really like to sit in that massage chair for 15 minutes because I got to Planet Fitness, so.
You just have to prioritize you. You have to make you a priority because that's most important. To get all the stuff you got to get done.
Yeah, but I also don't want to get up at freaking 6 a.m. either.
Oh yeah, no. I feel really good. 7:30 has been like working for me, and I think the time change helped. But
yeah. So you work until 11, right? Or
I work till 9:30, 3 days a week, and then 2 days 1:30 in the morning.
Yikes.
I do 12-hour days when they give us the overtime. Now Christmas is coming, so I might have overtime like every day, which is okay, but
Great. Yeah, the grab that money.
Yeah, I'm Santa's little elf, so I'll get your packages out to you.
Yeah. Kassie works for UPS, so.
No, USPS.
I always thought it was UPS.
No.
USPS.
Post office, yeah.
So you have a uniform and everything?
I do not. I'm in the bulk center, so I can just wear whatever I want.
Or whatever you want. Cool. So let's see, you've done the gamut basically. We're in a build phase, right? We're
almost
probably going to be more of a real build phase, which is more fun. So let's talk about the phases. So we started you off in maintenance. And then you've gone into like the fat loss phase, which you're still in, with a couple of diet breaks sprinkled in between there, right? To allow for vacations. And then we can't stay in a diet forever. And what has been your experience like with that diet break? Like I like the diet breaks because of the just getting away from the mentality of that has just as much value as what we're actually doing for the metabolism. So what's your experience with the diet breaks?
I know when I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I know physically and mentally when I'm ready for it. And this last one that I just did in October, the one we did in August for vacation, I think I probably could have went a little bit longer, but because I was going on vacation, that was the perfect time.
Yeah.
But definitely this one in October, I was ready. I think I messaged Nana, like, can I just have 2 more days? It was the time of the month and it just worked better around that,
Yeah.
So I love maintenance. It's a wonderful place to be.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a foodie. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So you're going to love the build phase, right?
Yeah, I'm ready. I am so ready.
Yeah. So, so we just finish it up. So for Kassie, maybe one more like phase and then, you do have another diet break coming up probably for the holidays, right? How convenient, that we can space those. So we do, there is a little method to our madness. A diet break can be anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks, but like you said, right, you know when it's time. And how do you know, right? You're tired, you don't want to do this anymore, everything sucks, right? It's like you start to feel you don't have any energy in your workouts, like, you do get diet fatigue,
Yeah. In my maintenance, this last one, I had great workouts. I know it was only like 12 days or something, but but I could see the difference.
Yeah.
I could see the difference. And then actually, I'll tell you what too, like at the end of the maintenance, I'm ready. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get back. Like it helps you mentally so much, probably even more than physically, really.
Yeah. Cause you are ready. It's like, oh, thank God. And then you have it and you're like, whoa, look at all these calories. And then, after a while you're like, okay, you know what? I am ready to crush. And then you do your little plan and that's too, you always planned, right? I would look and I'm like, damn, she's already got her week all planned out. Right.
Yes.
So it makes such a huge difference rather than being 6 o'clock at night, being like, oh God, what did I have? Right. You're not getting everything in there. And then you look and you're like, I still have 70 grams of protein to get in, right? Not happening.
I with my job and everything, it's just way easier for me to grab and go. You know, I don't want to try to make my dinner before I go to work. I eat the same thing all week long. Might be boring to some. I mean, sometimes I wish I could, have my breakfast and my lunch the same. Like I had a daytime job and then come home and just make whatever for dinner, but I don't really have that luxury. And I don't mind meal prepping. I kind of like it. It keeps me on track. I know mentally what I have to eat for the day. Yeah. And I eat it. And I just have to tell you too, like protein really does keep you full. Like it's my grocery shopping day. So I obviously didn't have, I had a chicken salad all week and it was so good, but I was out of it. So I had to go to the grocery store. I'm like, I'm not going to go hungry, but I am going to get my protein in my lunch. And so I had eggs. I had a couple eggs whites, and some blackberries. I've been fine. Like it's now dinner time. I think I ate my lunch at like 1 o'clock. Yeah. Like I'm getting hungry, not like, but you really realize how protein holds you over. Yeah. It's so helpful too, to have that. Once you establish that eating schedule, your body's going to remind you like, wait a minute, we need to do this thing here. Right. It will remind you like, hey, it's time. Right. I think you too, you were one of the ones that said, I'm getting my hunger cues back. Oh yeah. I was definitely there. I was hungry. Yeah. So a lot of times people think I'm just not hungry, so I'm just not going to eat, and then at dinner time, it's like, oh my God, then you eat all the things and then you're going for not even seconds, like you have those cravings, for the late night snacks. And that's just because you didn't eat enough during the day, but I wasn't hungry. Well, that's not a good thing. You shouldn't be. I remember you saying you front load your protein in the morning. And I'm like, but I when I first started, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so hungry because I work till 9:30 at night, and I'm still moving and grooving. But I realized I eat a bigger breakfast, then my meals get smaller as they go, and I'm fine. Yeah. Yeah, I do. My bigger meals are like, I'll have like 600-700 calories for breakfast because I have two breakfasts, right? It's the pre-workout and it's the post-workout. And then lunch is probably 600. And then, dinner's 500 to 600 calories. And I might only need like 25 grams of protein, right? That's easy. Yeah. That's easy. So there was something else I wanted to ask you and it just slipped in my mind. The build phase. Yeah. So that'll be coming out pretty soon and just giving you extra calories. So I think a lot of women are always in a diet, right? And don't appreciate the phases or seasons that you can do it. Now, I do like the seasons. I do like the winter for bulking up, right? Because you do have the holidays, but we're also like, covering as well. And then, if you do it properly, you're just getting extra calories and those are going to build muscle. Now there's like a lean bulk, or we can just go, it depends. But I usually recommend about 300 calories over maintenance. And that's just going to help you crush workouts, right? To do more weight, lowering the reps, getting to build more muscle. And then like you go through that phase and you're going to gain a little bit of fat as well with the muscle, right? It's not all going to be muscle. You're going to have a little bit more fat gain as well. But
that is so much easier to take off now that you have more of that muscle on. So it really depends, but I like either 3 months or 4 months in that bulk phase. And then you have like maybe it's just 2 months where we're going back down into where we uncover, could be 3 months where we uncover, right, more in that phase, but then cruise in maintenance, right, for the summer and then the fall, and then you can just go back into a bulk. So we do have to finish up this fat loss phase first, and then we'll go that route. But I'm excited to show you all the phases, and then just how, because it is fun, right? I like maintenance is cool, but I do like to be in more of a bulk phase as well. I don't like the dieting phase.
No, it's my least favorite, but I am very excited for the bulk phase. And I'm just so excited to just, I know muscle's not going to grow overnight, and it's going to, it doesn't, I'm never going to be huge, but I'm going to look more
jacked.
Yeah. Way better. I'm totally excited for it. I can't wait.
Yeah, me too. So I appreciate you coming on and doing this. I thank you so much. Is there anything that you want to add?
I think Jumpstart is the best place to start. And then if you feel like you've really got a hold of it and understand it and want to take your body further and learn so much more, then definitely one-on-one is your way to go. I don't know what I would do without a coach, really. Like, I know like the basics, but I feel like being accountable and, just questions answered. And it's just a good feeling to have somebody hold my hand through it.
Yeah. I have a coach, right? I run a coaching business. What do I need a coach for? Hello, because I don't want to do my own workouts. If I programmed my own workouts, then I would be like, oh, not doing ab day today. No, somebody else tells me to do it. Okay, fine. Right. So my coach just dropped my calories to go into the holidays. I'm like, fine. Like, are we doing that? Why? I'm like, all right, fine. So, but I'm here for it. So yeah, just tell me it's like, tell me what to do and I'll do it.
Guide me, show me the light.
What's that?
Guide me and show me the light.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you very much. Are you coming to tonight's call?
I think I might actually have time because I don't have to go get the kid.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. Thank you very much. And I will see you later.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks, Cass.
Bye-bye.